How dare Kevin Cook hate on the visual quality of my intro? I'm a professional, sir. That is the intended effect. It's supposed to be like you're watching it in the 1980s. What is up, everybody? It is your boy, Pigskin Pete. Happy Wednesday to everybody. How you doing tonight? I see a lot of people in here. A lot of the usual people. I see some people that aren't usual people, which is always a good thing. Of course, I want to go ahead and thank all of you for joining me tonight. This is a call-in show, in case you were wondering. This is the Wednesday night call-in show, not to be mistaken with the Friday night call-in show, because, well, the Friday night call-in show is done on Friday, and the Wednesday night call-in show is done on Wednesday. But the number to call in if you want to call in is 864-207-4522. That's right, I'll say it again for all the people in the back who did not hear me. 864-207-4522. Look forward to hearing from you. Some discussions for tonight. The sports betting lines came out. Early betting lines for the week one games. And actually, I think I saw on one web, it might have been CBS. Saw some other games later in the season they already had early lines on. So we're going to look at those together and go through some of those. The Deshaun. I have an important Deshaun Watson update. I need everybody to pay close attention. This is a very important update because we haven't heard anything in weeks. You know, we saw like 4 or 5 weeks of these lawyers going back and forth every other day. There was 2 more women accusing Deshaun Watson of massaging his butthole or whatever the case was. We haven't heard anything in weeks. So again, now listen, I'm gonna go ahead. I'll be serious with you. Whatever I'm about to say is not confirmed. It could be fake news as far as I know. I think I read it from a pretty reliable source. I want to say it was Fox Sports or CBS. I can't remember which one it was. Fox Sports or CBS Sports or one of those websites. They had an article on this. So anyway, here's what they're saying. Okay, I'm not saying it. They're saying it. And there are some interesting parts to this as well. So what they're saying is that the two legal teams have agreed to some sort of a settlement. Now, whether you think that is an admission of a guilt or not is a different story. We could talk about that for an hour. But anyway, here's the bottom line. The interesting thing about this is if they are coming to a settlement, there were some conditions, reportedly, some conditions that Deshaun Watson had on the settlement. And they weren't what you would think. Most of these settlement cases like this come with a confidentiality agreement. So, in other words, I'll pay you off, and you're not allowed to talk about this in public ever again. I'll give you $1 million, and you go away and live your life. No talking to the media about it, so on and so forth. Deshaun Watson reportedly not only wants to not have a confidentiality agreement, he wants to make everything public. He wants to make public how much he's paying him, how much the settlement is, and he wants it to be non-confidential as far as he wants them to be able to, the accusers, the women, to go in public and talk about the case. Now, this is weird. I don't know. I can't quite figure out what this is about, except for the fact if he makes it non-confidential, then he can respond and give his side of the story. So, you know, the confidentiality agreement usually works both ways. So he wouldn't be able to talk about it, and they wouldn't be able to talk about it. So what this tells me, if what they're saying is true, is that Deshaun Watson wants to talk about it, even if he settles. So that's interesting. I mean, this is a wild case. Everything about this case is wild. So I have a feeling with sometime within the next few weeks, we're going to hear one way or the other whether it was settled and what the conditions were. And I think a lot of the reason for this is that Deshaun Watson wants to play this season. Most likely not in a Texans uniform, but I think he wants to play. And I think he wants to get this out of the way as quick as possible, and so that he can be traded or whatever the case may be. And move on. So I know he wants to be playing football in 2021. So just tune into the Pigskin Pete YouTube channel. I'll give you all of the terrible and inaccurate updates as the story moves along. I do have a trivia question before I get to the chat. Of course, the chat is why everyone's here. Nobody's here to look at my ugly face. There's no doubt about that. The chat is where it's at. I need to patent that. Put it on a t-shirt, maybe. The chat is where it's at. I have a trivia question. I'm going to see who gets it right here. Let's see who gets it right. So there's in sports talk, this isn't football talk, there is a major sporting event occurring in the Charleston area this week. Can anybody guess what it is? Can anybody tell me what major sporting event is occurring in the Charleston area this week? So far, nothing. This is disappointing. I'm very disappointed. There we go. Michael Hogg.
Ding, 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 ding. That is correct, sir.
The PGA Championship is happening at the Ocean Course on Kiowa Island. For anybody who's never been to Kiowa Island before, it's basically, well, as the crow flies, it's I don't even know how many miles, not very many. It's directly underneath Charleston. Maybe as the crow flies, only a few miles, actually. I mean, if you have to drive there, it's a different story because there's only one way into Kiowa, only one way out. And anybody who's made that drive before, let's say 3 miles. Let's say 3 miles as the crow flies from the peninsula of Charleston to Kiowa Island. Very, very short distance. But to get there by car, different story. Anyway, the reason I brought this up, I'm sure a lot of you people in here could give two shits about golf. I do care. And I've been looking at they announced like 5 years ago that the PGA Championship was going to be here this week. And I wanted to go. There is one person in the Pigskin Pete household that is going to the PGA Championship tomorrow. And it's not Pigskin Pete. And Pigskin Pete is not very happy about this, quite honestly. That's right. Mrs. Pete is going tomorrow. She's going for a work function. That's all. And she couldn't get a +1 for me. I'm not important enough. So I'll be watching the kids while Mrs. Pete is enjoying the festivities at the PGA Championship in a skybox. I'm assuming the skybox is I think it's on the 18th green. So everyone say your prayers for Pigskin Pete tomorrow. He'll be sulking in his own tears about it. All right, let's see who's in the chat here, and then we'll get to the phone line. I see some people on the phone line already, and thank you all for holding on. And then I also want to look at some betting lines. Maybe we'll do that with the first caller. Have some definite thoughts on that. Let's see who's in the chat here. First of all, shout out to all the Join members. The Join members, you guys are what keeps this show going. You guys are the real MVPs around here. And of course, all the people that support the show through Super Chat features. And of course, the PayPal. Oh, I'm going to give a special shout. I don't know if they're in here tonight. I'll find out in a minute when I go through these names. A couple of people last week sent me PayPal after the show was over. And that happens sometimes. Sometimes these guys watch the replay and they send me a PayPal, and I'm not able to thank them because I'm not on the air. Huffer Billy Paul is one of them. He's done that several times. Thank you, sir. You're amazing and fantastic. Also, Oregon Ducks. What's his name? Oregon Ducks football and basketball. I don't know what it is. Oregon Ducks something. Thank you too, sir. Matt Dummett's in the house. Caleb the Spelling Bee Man. Kyle Papik. Traveling Fools. Bama Buddy's here. He says, what's up, Pete? Samuel Pate. Go Tigers 504. Hey, go Tigers 504. We're going to be looking at the betting line on LSU and UCLA here in a second. And I'll give you my thoughts on that. But thank you for joining me, sir. You're amazing and fantastic. Of course you are. You're here. Jerome Shit-Talking Pruitt. Hey, where did Jerome Pruitt land? Is he working for somebody? I think he is. I can't remember where. I want to say he took a job. Did he take a job in the NFL? as some sort of a positions coach or something. What's he doing now? LSU fans here. Tiger Nation, brother for life. Billy Dawson. Man, look at this. The old crew showing up. What's up, Billy? Ray Finkel's house, better known as Ray Finkel's creepy bedroom. Hello, sir. Golden Blue Dude stopping by. Hit that thumbs up. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Have a great show. Thank you. Have a good sleep. And I'll see you hopefully on Friday night. SO Mafia. Nate the Great. I like this. I like the fact that Nate the Great changed his name from Nate the Great Don't Be Late to Nate the Depressed This Fan, Depressed That Fan. This guy changes his name more than Prince did. Next thing you know, Nate the Great's going to be a symbol. But I like this name. I think this is the name you should stick with, Nate. I mean, you do what you want. It's your name, your channel. But I like it. I think the simplifying it to Nate the Great is a good thing. Kevin Dog Fan for life. Tell your wife I said hello. And that I wish that she liked me. Chess Hall's Rays confirmed. Neo is here. Wilkie. The intro reminds me of the movie Drive. Yes. It's definitely retro, isn't it? Vodka Drinker is here. Anyone know the song list it was on that gold record on Voyager 1? So you know what Vodka Drinker is referring to is they put a kind of like a record. I think it was made out of gold. And they put all kinds of stuff on there. They put songs and maps of what Earth looked like and where we were. Yeah, that's what he's talking about. I don't know the song list. That's a good question. Somebody needs to look that up. I think that's what you're referring to. Getting back into the space talk. Crimson Brave is here. Michael Hogg is here. Traveling Fools. I think I already said Traveling Fools. All right. Tiger Nation is now a champion member, which is amazing and fantastic. Clint Eastwood's here. J-Dub. Beer is liquid bread and thus good for you. I would have to agree with that. As Camel Toes would say, is them's facts. Them's facts. Of course, nowadays they're telling you that bread is not good for you. So yeah, the jury's still out. I happen to believe it is good for you. Maybe that's because I drink it. Kenneth C. Bacon and Jet. And if I missed anybody, I severely apologize because I'm known to do so. It is what it is. All right, let's open up the phone lines here, and then I want to talk. We'll see who's on the phone lines first. That might matter. This is a good person to talk to this about. What's up? You're on with Pete.
Yeah, what's going on, Pete? Caleb the Spelling Bee Man.
Caleb the Spelling Bee Man. What's up, buddy?
Yes.
How you doing?
Nothing much, man. How are you tonight?
I'm amazing and fantastic. Other than the fact that I had to sit home and watch the kids while my wife goes to the PGA Championship, and I have to sit home. That doesn't sit well with me. But other than that, I'm doing okay. I mean,
man, if I'm in your position, I just walk in. I just walk onto the interstate. That's just depressing.
Dan, don't tell me that, buddy. Don't tell me that.
Who wants to sit at home while their better half is to one of the greatest, sporting
events?
Right.
Exactly. Since I actually do care about golf, she doesn't even know anything about it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm one of the rare Gen Zs that actually cares and can has the attention span to sit and watch something for 3 to 4 hours.
I've been lucky over the years. I've been to the Players Championship at Sawgrass. I've been to in 1999. I went to the U.S. Open at Pinehurst No. 2. That was the year that Payne Stewart won right before he died. I've been to some great tournaments over the years. Never been to the Masters though. That's one I want to get to. But yeah, I mean, to have the PGA Championship right here in my backyard and not be able to go is not good. But it is what it is. You know, I'm not rich.
I bet yeah, me neither. The Masters was really good this year.
Yeah.
Masters was really good.
I want to talk about some of these betting lines with you real quick, if you don't mind. Put them up on the screen here.
Okay, yeah.
This isn't all of them, obviously. But give me your thoughts on some of these. So, North Carolina and Virginia Tech. These are all week one. I believe these are all week one games. I think they are. North Carolina and Virginia Tech. North Carolina opens up as a 6.5-point favorite over Virginia Tech. What say you?
I don't know about that, man. I mean, what was Virginia Tech's record last year? I can't remember, but I know North Carolina. I see them as at least maybe a 2-touchdown favorite.
Virginia Tech. Justin Fuente has to be on the hot seat. I would think. I mean, now if look, Virginia Tech's only had 3 coaches in the past like 60 years or something. I mean, it's something crazy like that. Yeah. But they don't seem to fire coaches a lot. And but I do know. Listen, I've been to Virginia Tech to a football game before. I know they have a passionate fan base, and they they're not like some of these schools, other schools in the ACC that don't really care about football. They do care about football, but they have been regressing, man. Their recruiting is dropped. Their performance on the field has dropped. They're like I have lost all confidence in Justin Fuente, and North Carolina is the opposite of that, right? They're the team that everyone thinks of as a basketball school.
I mean,
yeah.
So Sam Howell's insane.
Yeah, he'll be well. He's one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the country coming into this season, and Heisman, favorite or contender, the whole 9 yards. North Carolina's been recruiting well. I think North Carolina's going to be really good. Especially by ACC standards and particularly by North Carolina standards. So 6.5 points. I'm gonna have to go ahead and agree with you there. I think North Carolina wins this game by more than 2 scores. I think this line is way, way too low. So I think we agree on that one.
Yeah, I think they're giving Virginia Tech a little bit more than they should.
I did hear, I don't know, and again, I don't know. Supposedly the Virginia Tech's offense is supposed to be really good this year, but I feel like I've been hearing that every year for the past 3 years, and it just hasn't happened. So,
what did he do?
What did he do?
78 times a game for 4 yards.
All right. The big enchilada, the one that we all care about the most, unless you're not a Georgia or Clemson fan. I predicted this, a month ago or so. I can't remember if it was on my show or on the Lunch Money show. I can't remember. I said the line would open up at 3 or 4.
Yeah, well,
now wherever, depending on which website you go to, I can't remember which one this is some betting website that this is from. This says Clemson's opened up at 4. I believe a lot of sites have it at 3, so it's somewhere between 3 and 4, pretty much anywhere you go, with Clemson as the favorite. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, I think this is completely wrong. We're going to beat these knuckle draggers by 4 touchdowns.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. This is a perfect spread. I mean, it's a flip of the coin.
I will say this.
It's going to be,
This is exactly what I thought it was going to be. So I'm not surprised at all. But if you're a betting person out there and you really are confident that Georgia's going to win this game, take the money line bet at plus 145. Which basically means you bet $100 on the game, you win $145. So it's the best case for your money. And I think this is about right. I'd say probably, here's my prediction. My prediction is by the time the game kicks off, which is a long time from now, the line's going to move down to 2 points or 1 point, or maybe even a pick 'em. I don't think it's going to end at 3 or 4. People are going to put their money on Georgia as the underdog, especially if it's over a field goal like this. And the line will move down.
Absolutely. I mean, we're going to.
Yeah.
Either way.
So that's right where I thought it would be.
That's a perfect money line. But I would hate to be the person to have to, judge this game. You really can't, man. It's such a flip of the coin, two evenly matched teams. Now, I did expect Georgia to be the underdog, so that doesn't surprise me.
A lot of unknowns.
There, at least.
There's a lot of unknowns on both teams.
Yeah, go
Let's
ahead.
just say that. So I think, this will be a great one. Of course, I'll be there, hopefully, God willing, along with several other people from YouTube. So we'll talk about that later. But all right, the next one, Penn State and Wisconsin. Two teams last year that were massively disappointing, and both teams had high hopes. Of course, last year was a disaster for the Big Ten in general because of COVID and all the rules they had, the late start. Well, you know what I'm talking about. So Penn State, listen to this. I think this game, I don't know where. Can somebody in the chat tell me, is this game played? Is this a home game at Wisconsin or is this a neutral site game? I don't know. But Penn State is favored by 3.5. What say you, Caleb?
I'm not. I know Wisconsin had a disappointing season, man, but I think Wisconsin handles Penn State. I think 10 to 13 points. I think, again, 2 scores. I know Wisconsin struggled, but to me, Penn State struggled more. You know what I mean? I just don't think that, I think, again, you're giving this first spread, you're giving Penn State a little bit more than you should.
So Penn State won, I think, the last 5 games of the season last year. I would say I would take Penn State with the points here. 3.5. That's more than a field goal. Yeah. This most likely will be a close game. I would actually pick Penn State probably to win it outright. So if you're really, if you're on my line of thinking, you might take Penn State to win and just take the money line bet at plus 123. I don't know if plus 123 is enough to bet the money line. Probably not. But I think Penn State with the points. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Who's Wisconsin's quarterback? Is it the same guy from last year? I don't know.
I can't. I just know that I'm looking back on Wisconsin's schedule here. Would they play 6 games in a bowl, so 7?
Yeah. Did they play a bowl?
Wisconsin, they monkey drag Illinois, monkey drag Michigan. They lose by 10 to a 14th ranked Northwestern team. They lose by 8 to a 11th ranked Indiana team. They get not really humiliated, but you get beat by 3 touchdowns in Iowa against the Hawkeyes. And then you beat Minnesota by 3 and then beat Wake Forest in the Duke's Mayo Bowl by 2 touchdowns. So, I mean, not an impressive season, but I'm definitely taking Wisconsin by 2 scores.
All right, so we disagree on that. So it's the same guy as last year, Merckx, quarterback from Wisconsin. So he'll have some more experience under his belt. We'll see what he can do, but I'm taking Penn State with the points. All right, now this is the other, outside of Georgia and Clemson, what most people are talking about anyway, Alabama and Miami. This game is being played in Atlanta. And again, I'm going to go ahead and pat myself on the back. I nailed this almost exactly. I think about a month or so ago. I said the line will open up at 17 or 17.5. It is opened up at 17.5. Alabama's favored. What say you, sir?
What says me is the end. That's it. That's smart bet. I'm going to go ahead and take that. Alabama's going to beat Miami like a redheaded stepchild.
So this is out of all the betting lines that we're looking at here, this is the most interesting to me. And the reason it's most interesting to me is because we don't know the status of Miami's quarterback, Derek King.
Yeah. Or we know of Bryce Young, but do we really know what the kid can do?
Well, there's another thing. If I were to bet this right now, I wouldn't bet it right now because I don't know the status of Derek King. If Derek King's not playing, forget about it. Alabama wins by 28 or more. If he is playing, I think this could get interesting, and I would probably take Miami with the points. Look at this money line on this thing. 5 plus 575. So if Miami were to somehow pull off the upset, and you only put $100 on the game, you win $575. That's good. That's what they call in the betting world good money, But I think there's a lot to be said for it. Listen, Alabama's loaded. They're as loaded as any team in college football. They've been recruiting in the top 3 for the past 10 years. I mean, Alabama doesn't start over, right? They reload. Everybody knows all this. But what you said does make a difference. For a big game, against what I think is going to be a pretty good defense in Miami. Bryce Young is going to get his first start. So what is he going to look like? That's the question. So I actually I favor Miami with the points in this game as of right now. Now, there's a lot of time between now and then.
Yeah, and I was just, trolling a little bit there, but I do think that Alabama wins this game with ease. I'm not digging the Miami hype. They've been back since, they've been back forever.
They've been back since they've been back. And they've been back again.
They've been back since. And then they're going to be back. Loaded Alabama team that you basically, if you're betting, you're mentally retarded if you bet against the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, well, yeah, I do tend to bet on Alabama more than I don't. All right, two more left. One of them you can see on the screen. One of them you can't because I just didn't have enough room. LSU and UCLA. This is interesting. LSU minus 4.5 at UCLA. Now, a little birdie told me, and by a little birdie I mean some guy on YouTube who's a Pac-12 fan, told me that UCLA is the sleeper in the Pac-12 this year. Now, I don't know if I believe that or not. I mean, I just don't know. I know Oregon's going to be pretty good. I know USC is going to be pretty good. I think Arizona State might be pretty good. Outside of those three teams, I couldn't name one. I might be able to name one. UCLA player with the Chip Kellys. Look, 4.5 points. I don't know where this game is. This game being played in Southern California and at UCLA? Somebody in the chat.
I'll look it up.
Because I'm telling you, at 4.5, give me LSU. That seems like anything less than a touchdown. Give me LSU.
Oh, it's going to be at the Rose Bowl Stadium in Pasadena.
Yeah, that's their home stadium. Okay, so it's a home game for UCLA.
Yeah.
Now look, we're talking about a game in California. California, I don't know what they're doing with COVID and whatnot. Like, do they really have a home field advantage anyway? I mean, do most people in LA care about football? I'm trolling a little bit here, but honestly, California, they're probably still going to have some kind of limited attendance or no attendance. I don't know what they're doing over there in California as far as
they're losing a lot of their teams.
Yeah.
The Oakland A's want to move. The Raiders have already moved.
Yeah, it's a mess over there, sports wise, especially.
Yeah, if colleges relocated, they probably would have already lost a handful of them.
Yeah. So give me LSU by 100. I'm not buying it. And look, UCLA might be better than they were last year, which ain't hard. But look, man, the talent gap between LSU and UCLA it's ridiculous. I don't get this line. Give me UCLA. Give me LSU by 100.
Yeah, give me LSU by 17.
Steve said UCLA versus USC was an empty stadium even before COVID. Damn. All right. And the last one that's not on the screen here because it just cut off is Notre Dame and Florida State. That's another week 1 matchup. And the game is it's a home game. I had 9.5. That's what I saw. That's a tough one to figure out. Now, look, obviously, I think Notre Dame's better. See, the thinking is that the Florida State's just so terrible that they don't have a chance. I don't know.
Yeah.
Games in Florida. Notre Dame is replacing Ian Book, who has been one of the biggest playmakers for them for the past few years. I know they're going to have a bunch of good. I know they've definitely been out recruiting Florida State for the past couple of years. I don't know, man. I think 9.5 points is a lot, but that's one I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole because I just don't know. We'll see.
Wait, so it's a 9.5 point on Notre Dame?
Yeah, Notre Dame's favored by 9.5 points.
Yeah, and I think they met last year, and it looks like they won by 16 against Florida State last year, I believe, or the year before last.
I don't remember, but
yeah, give me. I'll take Notre Dame.
Okay.
Definitely. Anybody. I don't think anybody's going to take Florida State in that game.
So I mean, these early lines are fun to look at. Of course, a lot changes between now and when the game is kicked off. You have, players that get injured between now and then, and practice and camp, and all kinds of things can happen. So who knows? But it's fun to look at. I like looking at those type of things. I think it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, JT Daniels could twist his ankle, God forbid, and we go 8-4. Things happen.
Dano says Georgia is a great bet. Well, it's only a great bet if Georgia covers. I mean, if Clemson wins the game, it wasn't a great bet, was it? It's all relative.
Georgia's only a great bet when it's a big-time game and you're betting them to lose.
Yeah. But like I said, if you're one of these people, Dano, that thinks, well, you might not be a person that bets anyways. But if you think Georgia's going to win the game, I would go ahead right now and take the money line bet because it's the biggest payout because the line's going to move closer to a pick 'em. It's going to move down to 2 or 1. That's my prediction between now and kickoff. So if you're that confident about Georgia now, go ahead and take them on the money line and increase your odds of winning a lot of money.
Yeah, I see. Rob Dog said if we want to go to the game, we better go ahead and get the hotel and the
that's a good point
for the game.
Yeah.
Apparently, Charles.
So here's the thing.
Tickets even released yet?
So here's my thing. I haven't checked StubHub or Vivid Seats or anything like that yet. Well, at least not in the past week. So North Carolina as a state is supposed to open up fully on June 1. That's when they're supposed to open up. So my thinking is that once that happens, then the ticket prices will fall. And I have nothing to base that on, but I can tell you right now, or let's say this, 2 weeks ago, I went on Vivid Seats, I think it was, and the cheapest ticket I could find was over $300, and it was at the complete nosebleed ticket. I think once they open the stadium up fully, there's the ticket prices are going to drop as more tickets become available. So I'm waiting till June. What's today? The 19th. Yeah. Whatever show I do that's closest to June 1st, whether it's on June 1st or after June 1st, I'll give you my. We'll go on the internet here and look up ticket prices. But I think we can get. We can get them to where we're getting something around $200 or $250 or something, for a decent ticket.
Yeah, the only thing I'm seeing on SeatGeek is parking, and the lowest I see is $150 for parking.
For parking? Yeah, I'm not parking there.
Yes,
no.
150.
Yeah, no. Wherever I stay, I'll be either walking or Ubering, or riding with somebody else that's parking.
Yes.
I don't know. I definitely won't be parking my car there. That's for sure. Plus,
no thanks.
Plus, I'm sure I'll be drinking, and I'm not drinking and driving because I'm a responsible drinker. All right. Hey, listen, Caleb, the spelling bee man, you're amazing and fantastic. Give us a quick update on your dad. What's going on with him?
So he's doing good. The trach was out a couple of days ago. He had a swallow test today, and right now he's just eating like mushy food and stuff that's being able to swallow real easily while his throat and vocal cords heal. They're going to, I think I can't remember, the specialist, the respiratory, I don't know, it's not even respiratory, but the speech therapist, I think, is going to come in tomorrow and make sure everything's good with his vocal cords, and we're really just going to go from there. Right now, it's just up in the air of what's keeping him there, but he's doing good as of right now, but he's ready to be home because there's really not anything keeping him there that they've told him about.
All right, well, that means it's been a long road these past couple of months for you. I know that. I've been thinking about you. I really have. And I hope everything works out, and hopefully we'll see both you and Papa Caleb at the game on September 4th. That's what I'm planning on.
Yes, that's the same here, man.
All right, Caleb, buddy. Thank you for calling in. You're amazing and fantastic. Everyone, that's Caleb, the spelling bee man, calling in to talk about betting lines with us. And nothing like talking about betting lines with underage people. That's what we do over here.
No. Please don't do it.
I mean, I didn't think that one through, but thank you. What is up? You're on with Pete. For anybody else who wants to call, the number to call in is 864-207-4522. What's up, Edward?
Oh, hey, Pete. How's it going?
It's going. Be more specific.
Oh, anyway, well, I'm doing well, and I'm amazing and fantastic, too.
Great. That's great.
Yeah, as far I think as far as Bama and Miami goes, I think Bama's going to bury Miami, no doubt.
You're going to bury him, huh? How bad? What if you
bury Miami.
What do you think? What are you thinking? How many points?
I would go about, I'd say 55. If they're lucky enough, I'd go 55-7.
55-7. The disrespect is real. You want to hear? Listen, here, let's check in with our Miami fans.
Hey, buddy, you're out in a hurricane right now. You know that, right? Do you need some shelter? No, actually, I was out here looking for a lost ACC championship. I can't seem to find it. I was hoping you could help me out. Oh, man, you're on your own. I'm a prepper, but even the Canes aren't prepared for that shit.
I see Mike 3883 in the chat here, and he's got to be psyched about the week. I think it's week 2, right? That's another game I'm looking forward to seeing. Is there a betting line out on that, though? The Buckeyes and the Ducks, the Oregon Ducks. That's going to be. I think Oregon's going to be really good this year. Obviously, we don't know what. Well, we know Ohio State's loaded. Okay, but they have a new quarterback. Justin Fields is off. Trying to fix the terrible Bears franchise. But I'm looking forward to seeing that. Do you have any thoughts on that game?
I think that'll be an interesting game. I'd say Oregon wins it.
You think
That's my guess. Wait, who's Oregon against? Against who?
Ohio State.
Who? Oh, no. Ohio State wins that. Sorry. I thought they were against someone else. No.
No comprende. No speaking English.
I tend to agree with you, but I actually hope that I think it's going to be a decent game. I hope it's a decent game because it's one of the biggest games on the early in the season. So.
Yeah. Oh, and I see you got your call in studios fixed. I'm proud of you.
Well, it wasn't broken.
Studios must have helped.
I mean, it wasn't broken. It's just for once, actually, the technical difficulties that I was experiencing last week were not my fault. It was I guess when you start paying for subscription services to these video and audio platforms, that they automatically don't care about you anymore. Skype was hating on Pete, so I had to make some changes. It is what it is. Sometimes you have to make changes in life, Edward. Gotta make tough decisions.
Hopefully my trash talk to call in studios helped,
I think it probably did. I think you definitely got them on their toes, and they whipped too, and they changed their ways.
Yeah.
So hopefully we don't have any more problems with that, so we don't have to have you destroy them again like you did on the Lunch Money show. Yeah.
I really would not want to, but if I have to, I will.
I know. And I told them that when I emailed them. I said, look, you don't want these problems.
Oh, good.
I told them, I said, you don't want these problems. I said, and your problem is not me. Your problem is Edward. And I even emailed them a picture of you on your scooter. And to scare them, I use it as a scare tactic.
Yeah.
And it was almost like immediately... It was almost like immediately things got better.
Yes.
It was crazy. This is what I sent them. I sent them this picture. And I said, look, you see this? I said, this guy right here is who you're going to have to deal with if you keep fucking up my live shows and my call-in deal. And most of the time it takes them like 2 or 3 days to give me a response whenever I call to complain about something or email to complain about something. I got a response within 30 minutes. And they were so scared from this picture. They don't want to mess with this.
Yeah.
That they fixed the problem immediately. And they even offered me a refund for the money that I spent on that show. Yeah, they did. Yeah. $2.
Did you get the refund?
I told him no. I said keep the $2, and I said keep the $2, and just let this be a warning. And yeah, so they didn't want none of that smoke.
Oh yes. All right. I do have a couple questions I'd like to ask you.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
First question is why? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. The floor is all yours. There's two things I'm good at: screwing up call-in shows and answering questions. I can answer questions all day long. I mean, yeah, I could do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The question, first one is why did Jerry Richardson leave the Panthers?
I don't think he had a choice. I'm pretty sure that he was. How do I put this lightly or softly? He was dipping his toe into the company pool. And that pool was filled with female employees. That's what was happening there. Mm-hmm.
That's terrible.
It was terrible. I mean, this guy got what he deserved. You know, he sold the team for billions of dollars. So, I mean, I'm sure that Jerry Richardson, his life is terrible at this point. I think he sold the Panthers for $2 billion or something. I'm sure his life is terrible right now. And also, I'm sure that he's not soliciting young ladies anymore. I'm sure he's got over that. What do you think?
I agree.
You agree?
Maybe I may have to read up on some Jerry Richardson, and maybe I could trash talk
on one
of the lunch money shows.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Trash talking Jerry Richardson. Yeah.
Yes.
I like it.
All right, and thank you. My last question is, do you think Christian McCaffrey's girlfriend is
hot? I'm assuming that she probably is. I don't know what she looks like though. Let's look it up real quick. Hold on. Let's look it up. Okay. I mean, what else? What are you doing right now, Edward? What do you got going on? You got something to do in the next 3 minutes?
No, I could actually look that up too.
Well, you can look it up, but we all want to look at this. Let's see, Christian.
I actually saw a picture of his girlfriend.
Oh, look at that. All I did was type in Christian MC, and the first result that came up was Christian McCaffrey's girlfriend. Oh, this is amazing. Whoa. Look at this here.
Beautiful woman.
Let me see if I can put this on the screen for the fine people at home. We need that. Just in case anybody hasn't seen Christian McCaffrey's girlfriend, I think we need to make that happen real quick. I've got so much shit on here. I don't even know what. Hold on. Give me a second to find it. I'm not blessed like the rest of these professional. I'm a semi-professional YouTuber. Some of these other YouTubers, they have multiple monitors. I don't. Right? Just so you know. is it? There it is. All right, hold on. There we are. There's your, that's what she looks like right here. I saw some other ones over here. I don't know if she's one of these ladies. I don't know what's going on there. Is she the lady on the, is she a model or something? Looks like it.
Supermodel's what I've heard.
Oh, supermodel. So she's not even just a regular average model. She's a super model.
Right.
Of course she is. I'm seeing a lot of scantily clad pictures of her. Is she famous other than being a model? Is she, you know, I don't know anything about her. Nothing. You know? But I think to answer your question, I think it's safe to say that, yes, she's indeed hot. Yes, I would have to agree with that. Yes.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah. So.
Well, before I go, I would love to give some shout-outs. So, you know, this would be not a call-in show with me calling without shout-outs, I'm sure. We know that.
Yeah, go ahead. What you got?
All right. Welcome, shout-out to you. Dylan, shout-out to you. Ray Finkel's house, shout-out to you. Michael Hogg, shout-out to you. Rob Dog, shout-out to you. Kevin Dog Fan for Life, shout-out to you. Tiger Nation, shout-out to you. And Pete Salomon, I know you're not in the comments section, but you get a shout-out, and I got your back as well. RMF Tide, shout-out to you. Traveling Fools, shout-out to you. Steve M, shout-out to you. Cody Hank, shout-out to you. Dano, shout-out to you. Go Tigers 504, shout-out to you. Gator 2 to 615, shout-out to you. Benji Holland, shout-out to you. Billy Dawson, shout-out to you. Vodka Drinker, shout-out to you. Glenn Eastwood, shout-out to you. Caleb Lungby Man, shout-out to you. J-Dub, shout-out to you. Chris Brave, shout-out to you. Bacon and Jet, shout-out to you. Oh, Chess Halls, Ray's Confirmed, shout-out to you. Matt Dummett, shout-out to you. Samuel Page, shout-out to you. Oh, SO Mafia, shout-out to you.
No, Dylan Deloney, he's bewildered and dumbfounded that I don't know who Christian McCaffrey's girlfriend is. He's going on and on about, you don't know who that is? She's in Sports Illustrated. I didn't even know that was still a thing. Sports Illustrated. Are you talking about like the swimsuit issue? I'm not 18 years old anymore. I don't get I don't get the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. I have no idea.
Oh, Pete, I missed one shit.
I have no idea who she is.
I missed one shout out. Let me get. Oh, Caleb, the Spelling Bee Man, shout out to you. Sorry, I apologize, Caleb. Caleb Spelling Bee Man, shout out to you, sir. I'm glad your dad's doing all right.
Ray Finkel says she's got them front heaters. She indeed does. Yeah. Wilkie, thank you for the $2 super chat. Says, can we get a wellness check on George? George, I don't know. I don't know if I finally pissed off George enough to get him to stop calling in, because I did hang up on him a lot. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on with George. I did see him in the chat last week, but he hasn't called in a while. You know what I heard, or what he said, and this is hard to believe, but he did say it. He said that he had a job. What do you think about that, Edward? Can you imagine?
I'm glad he's working.
Yeah, but what kind of George, or what kind of job would George have? I can't think of one.
I don't have a clue.
I don't either.
Yeah. All
I know is he said sorry. He left a comment one day. It said something about, sorry I wasn't at the show last night. I was working. And I about fell out of my chair when I read that. You know? Edward? Billy Dawson says he's a grower and distributor.
Ding, 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 ding. That is correct, sir.
That's probably more accurate than anyone would want to believe. I don't know what happened to our buddy Edward. He says he's still on the line, but I can't hear him. You know. So. Following a man around who wears a yellow suit. What's up, Tiger Baskins? Thank you for showing up. I'm sure if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic. I happen to already know that you are. Edward, I'm just going to hang up on you, buddy. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but I'm not going to waste, precious money with you being on the line and you're not talking, you know? So anyway, it doesn't really matter because I do have to shut the show down a little bit early tonight. I do want to thank all the fine people that showed up. Thank you to all the join members. Thank you to people that sent super chats. Thank you to all the people that were commenting in the comment section. And of course, last but not least, thank you to all the callers. Because if it weren't for the callers, there would be no call-in show. I can guarantee you that. That's one thing that I can guarantee. Not very many guarantees in life, but I can guarantee without callers on the call-in show, there wouldn't be a call-in show. So, I guess that's it. I will be back here live for you on Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another amazing and fantastic live call-in show. Yeah, it should be fun. So get ready. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Love y'all. See y'all on Friday. Your boy Pigskin Pete is checking out.